Samsara dava naladida loka Shanaya karunaganaganatvam Baptasya kayana gunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Parichamadhyam Manasodasena Romanchakampa Suttaranga Bajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shri Vigrahara Nana Nitya Nana Shingara Tan Mandira Majinado Yuktasya Bhaktam Saniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Chaturvida Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swatmana Chirtan Hari Bhakta Sangam Itaiva Chiptim Vajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Samsaradava Naladida Loka Chunaya Karuna Gana Ganatvam Bhaptasya Kalyana Gunaravasya Bande Gururshi Jagannaravindam Shri Radhika Avayurapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupanam Nam Pratikshana Swa Nanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Kunjayu Rati Kirisida Jayalibi Yudira Viksanina Tatratitaksharati Balabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Shakshadaritsen Asamasta Sastri Yuktastata Bhavyavadeva Sadri Kinto Prabhuya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Yasha Prasada Bhagavat Prasada Yasha Prasada Nanagati Gatopi Gayam Stutvam Stasya Yasastri Sandam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasyatya Desatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Pitagora Haribo, Haribo, Bola Haribo, Nitagor Haribo, Nitagora Haribo, 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 Nitagora Haribo. Tagore Premanandi Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Pararajikachasta Tadasatara Shri Shrimad His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Pararajikachasta Tadasatara Shri Shrimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapura Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Patita Pavana Ki Jai. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayani.
Silatanka nakalaye Ito nesinha bharato nesinha Yato yato yamitato nesinha Bahir nesinha hridaye nesinha Nirsinha madhim saranam prapade Tavakara kamalavare nakam Adbhuta Shringa Tarita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimhade, Jaya Nrsimhade, Nrsimhade, Jaya Nrsimhade. Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavadai Namo Namaha Vrindaye Tusideva Priyaye Kusavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavadai Namo Namaha Vrindaye Tusideva Priyaye Kusavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavadai Namo Namaha Vrindaye Tusideva Mahani Ki Jai Radha Krishna Seva Bhava Abhilasi Radha Krishna Seva Bhava Abhilasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Yetomara Saranaloy Tadavancha Punahoy Kripa Kori Karatare Vrindavana Vasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Mora e abilas vilas kunje diova Nayane heri basada yugala ruparasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Eini Vedena Dara Sakiranu Kara Shivadi Kora Diye Kora Nijadasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Dina Krishna Dasiko Eye Namo Raho Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayena Basi. Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayena Basi. Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi. Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yani kani chapapani brahma hatyadikani cha. Tani tani pranesanti padiksena pade pade. Yani kani chapapani brahma hatyadikani cha. Tani tani pranesanti padiksena pade pade. Yani kani cha papani brahmatyadikani cha. Tani tani pranisanti pradikshana pade pade. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Tulsi Devi Jaya, Tulsi Devi Jaya, Tulsi Devi Jaya, Tulsi Devi. Jai Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai, Brinda Devi ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi ki jai. O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy upon him, you make him a resident of Vrindavan. My desire is to also grant me residence in pleasure groves of Shri Vrindavan. Thus, within my vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd damsels of Raja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maidservant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna praise may always swim in love of Shri Radha and Govinda Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai. Namo Shri. Huh? Why? We didn't? We didn't do. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Vindaya Tusideva Priya Kisavaishicha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Sachivrata Namo Namaha. Vindaya Tusideva Priya Kisavaishicha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Sachivrata Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsideva Priya Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsidevi Maharani ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Saksastakam ki jai. Chaito Darpana Marjanam Baba Maha, Devagni Nivapanam, Chedi Yugayitam Nesena Chakshasapa Vrisahitam Sunyayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahiname Aslishyava Daratam Pinastumam Adarsaranam Mahanto Karutuva Yata Tatava Vidatu Lampato Matpranatas to Saeva Naparaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam Kije. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. And thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your holy name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam Kije. Namo Om Vishnu. There are 10 offenses in the matter of chanting the holy names of the Lord that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their lives to propagating the holy names of the Lord. 2. Consider names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma to equal to independent names of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna's imagination. 6. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruit of activities or karma kanda. 9. To instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions in this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired trees that can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they're full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchkalpa Turabhisya Kripasindhamyevcha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vaishnava Thakur Ki Jai. Shrimad Bhagavatam Grantaraj Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya Yata Nivyad Itaratas Charte Suvigya Swarat. Tene Brahma Hidaya Adhikavaye Muyantiyat Surayaha. Tejo Varimidam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Trisargomisha. Tam Nasrena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. And he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen on fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Dharma projita kaityovocha paramo nirmatsanam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapa trayon mulanam Shrimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Prayer Ishwaraha Sadyo Hriday Avarudyate Tra Kriti Bihi Susu Subhistakshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Digama kapaturur galitam phalam sukamakad amrita dravya samyutam pipata bhagavatam rasam alayam muhur aho rasika bhuvi bhavakaha. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam. The mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, verse number 28. Pravistastu griham pitro parisvakta swamatribihi Bhavande Sirasa Sapta Devaki Pramukha Muda. In translation, after entering the house of his father, he was embraced by the mothers present, and the Lord offered his obeisances unto them by placing his head at their feet. The mothers were headed by Devaki, his real mother. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. It appears that Vasudeva, the father of Krishna, had completely separate residential quarters where he lived with his 18 wives, out of whom Srimati Devaki is the real mother of Lord Krishna. But in spite of this, all other stepmothers were equally affectionate to him, as will be evident from the following verse. Lord Krishna also did not distinguish his real mother from his stepmothers. He equally offered his obeisances unto all the wives of Vasudeva present on the occasion. According to scriptures also, there are 7 mothers. The real mother, the wife of the spiritual master, the wife of a brahmana, the wife of the king, the cow, the nurse, and the earth. All of them are mothers. Even by this injunction of Shastras, the stepmother, who is the wife of the father, is also as good as the mother, because the father is also one of the spiritual masters. Lord Krishna, the Lord of the universe, plays the part of an ideal son, just to teach others how to treat their stepmothers. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Well, Krishna's exemplary behavior in Dwarka, where he's a grihasta, and he has over 16,108 wives. Not that he's limited by that number. You could have 16 million wives if you wanted, or 16 trillion wives. Krishna's not limited. And so in Dwarka, he acts in an exemplary way for all grihastas to follow. And even in the case of a father who marries 18 wives, he still offers all respect equally to each wife. So this type of etiquette of an ideal son is to teach others how to treat their stepmothers. Yeah, in life, you're going to encounter all kinds of situations. Of course, it's a little rare nowadays, unless maybe you're a Mormon, to have more than one wife in America. although they do have what's called polyamora. Polyamora means with adult consent, a man can have one legal wife and as many other ladies that act as his wife in the same house. So you have, usually it's in Utah, but I mean it's in other words, it's not just having, going and seeing loose ladies. These ladies actually live in the same house, and they all cooperate, and they have one husband, and sometimes there can be 5, 6, up to 10 wives. But it was not a rare occurrence in ancient times amongst the followers of Vedic scriptures for Kshatriyas to have many wives. I mean, Arjuna had at least 4 wives. Now we learned that Vyasa Deva had 18 wives, and so it's not a strange thing when a girl, let's say a prominent family girl, a higher class girl, got married. All her attendants followed her, and were considered wives of the king who married the queen. So let's say she came with 100 attendants. Well, they were all also able to act as secondary wives of the king. There's a famous story of Sukanya, I think, who anyway, there was so what's his name? Sukracharya had a daughter, and there was the daughter of a king. And one day, Sukracharya's daughter and the daughter of the king and all their friends were bathing, and by accident, the daughter of the king, I think she might have accidentally taken the clothes of the Sukracharya's daughter, and Sukracharya's daughter got very insulted, and or it might have been vice versa, and the king's daughter got insulted and sort of belittled Sukracharya's daughter. So Sukracharya's daughter felt very hurt. She went and told the father. And the father came, Sukracharya, he's a very powerful, let's say, mystic yogi, as well as the spiritual master of the demons. And he came to the king, and he seriously threatened the king. And so the king said, well, what can I do to make this up to you? And he said, your daughter has to become my daughter's servant. So there's another part of the story where a king got married. Another king got married to Sukracharya's daughter, I think, and now the queen, the princess, becomes a servant of Sukracharya's daughter, and then she had to come along with her to be like a secondary wife of the king, but she was not allowed to have any children. But she one time met the king, and they mated, and she had a child with the king, and then that got Sukracharya really angry. So I'm not getting the story exactly right. I'll look it up and tell it again tomorrow. So we see that when a servant goes along with the bride, she becomes like a secondary wife of the king. So in this case, I guess all the servants of Devaki came along with her, and so Vasudeva ends up with 18 wives, not just one. So then also it's said that every living entity, every human being at least, has at least 7 mothers. And they are the wife of the king, the wife of the brahmana, and the cow, the wife of the spiritual master, the cow, the nurse, and the earth. So, and the real mother. So one time Prabhupada was speaking with Cardinal Danielou, the head of the entire Catholic Church in France. And he was trying to explain to him how, one should not eat meat and especially never eat a cow. And Cardinal Danielou just couldn't understand what he was talking about. He kept saying, well, this is not important. Let's go on to another subject. He was feeling uncomfortable because Prabhupada kept saying, the Bible says thou shalt not kill. And in Vedic tradition, we don't definitely never kill a cow. And he kept saying, well, there's one thing I don't understand about India. There's so many cows walking around. Why don't they eat them? The people are starving. And Prabhupada was trying to explain to him, you don't eat cows. They're sacred. They are given all respect. They're one of the 7 mothers. And he explained the idea of the 7 mothers. So Cardinal Daniel just couldn't understand it all. He was like bewildered by the whole thing. He kept arguing. And it was very somewhat frustrating for Prabhupada because this man is the head of the entire Catholic Church in France. And he's supposed to be a spiritual leader. And Prabhupada has said in other places, if a person eats meat, they have no possibility of understanding higher order spiritual principles. Well, this was an example of it, right? A living example that the devotees saw. And you can see that video of that discussion between Prabhupada and Cardinal Danielou. Have you ever seen it? Right. Huh? Yes. But he's got a very strong prejudice to eat cows also. And a couple of years after that meeting, Cardinal Danielou died in a brothel. He was in a brothel, a French brothel, and he had a heart attack while he was engaged in some kind of sexual activity. So you can see that it's very embarrassing for someone that's so prominent to have such a sordid, dark side to him. But you could see that from the discussion he had with Srila Prabhupada. Okay, are there any questions? So we'll read the next one because these are short purports. Taputram ankam aropya sneha snuta payodaraha harsha vivalitat mana sisikur nitra jer jalai. The mothers, after embracing their son, sat him on their laps. Due to pure affection, milk sprang from their breasts. They were overwhelmed with delight, and the tears from their eyes wetted the Lord. Purport by the Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. When Lord Krishna was in Vrindavana, even the cows would become moistened by affection toward him. He would draw milk from the nipples of every affectionate living being. So what to speak of the stepmothers who were already as good as his own mother. So these are things that are hard to understand for ordinary people, but devotees have some entrance into this transcendental world of spiritual emotions that are pure and devoid of anything sordid. So the mothers are embracing Krishna and treating him like their own son, and sitting him on their laps. Although he's grown here, right? He's not a little baby, but still they consider him like their own child. And due to what's said here by Prabhupada, pure affection, milk sprang from their breasts. They were overwhelmed with delight, and the tears from their eyes wetted the Lord. Now these are happy tears. They're not tears of grief. They're tears of ecstasy. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santak Sadeva Hridayesu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this verse from the Brahma Samhita, I think it's verse 38, let's see, is very important because it explains that when the eye are imbued with the salve of love, one is able to see Krishna. What is the salve of love? It's actually the tears of ecstasy one feels when they see the Lord. And it says, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Sham Sundara, Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love. So, in the purport, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, when the devotion of the neophyte reaches the stage of Bhava Bhakti, the pure eye of that devotee is tinged with the salve of love by the grace of Krishna, which enables him to see the face, see Krishna face to face. The phrase, in their hearts, means Krishna is visible in proportion as their hearts are purified by this practice of devotion. So it says that the eye of devotion is nothing but the eye of the pure, unalloyed spiritual self of the jiva. The form of Krishna is visible to that eye in proportion to its purification by the practice of devotion. When the devotion of the neophyte reaches the stage of Bhava Bhakti, the pure eye of that devotee is tinged with the salve of love by the grace of Krishna, which enables him to see Krishna face to face. So in another place, Prabhupada explains that those are tears of love. And here it says, and the tears from their eyes wedded the Lord. So those type of tears of ecstatic, let's say, appreciation and love for the Lord opens up the eye, melts the cataract of the eye, and enables the devotee to see the Lord. And it's a spiritual eye at this point. It's no longer a material eye that cannot see the Lord. Okay, so any questions? Yeah. That's pure love of God. Because, when the cowherd men saw the gopas and the little cowherd boys, and the cows saw the cows, they were attracted because those were expansions of Krishna. They were not ordinary cows or ordinary little boys at that point. What we're talking about here is pure devotion. When there's pure devotion, then all these symptoms of ecstasy are manifested, such as milk flowing from the nipples of the breast out of love, and tears in the eyes, all symptoms of ecstatic love. There are many symptoms of ecstatic love. These are some of them. Okay, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for telling us about that. Yes.
From the previous verse about having multiple wives,
Yes.
for the average jiva,
Yeah.
that's pretty contemplative that say you're talking about guys there these days.
Well, no, Kshatriyas were permitted to have more than one wife.
How could they keep everyone happy to the point
Well, they have to, like Krishna.
you have to be born again as a wife, a multiple wife to someone else? How do you keep that perfect balance?
Well, you're not a Kshatriya, so you don't have to worry about it. I mean, the whole Vedic culture, just because you have more than one wife doesn't mean that you are in the Vedic culture, doesn't mean that you're like some sheikh in Saudi Arabia. The men and the women sleep in separate places. Just like here, it says, where did we read it just now? Let's see. So, yeah, Krishna goes to see the 18 wives, but they were not in the same area of the palace as Vasudeva. Right? So it says that here. It says, it appears that Vasudeva, the father of Lord Krishna, had completely separate residential quarters where he lived with his 18 wives, out of whom Srimati Devaki is there. So traditionally, except for having a child or conceiving a child, men were always separate, living separate in part of the house or a palace than women. They were not mixing they're not sleeping in the same bed every night. Right? That's just, it's very regulated, yeah.
Plus, it's just like if my daughter ended up in a predicament like that, like it's pretty satisfying, but like a co-life with someone.
Well, it depends who that someone is. If it's, Krishna, would you be, yeah, so it depends who that someone is. But see, nowadays, it's not recommended that you have more than one wife. Lord Ramachandra established the principle of ekapatni vrat. When a high-class person should only have one wife, or a high-class woman should only have one husband. But you see in the past, Devaki had 5 husbands. Draupadi had 5 husbands. And Vasudeva had 18 wives. Right? These were not strange things for Kshatriyas. Arjuna had 4 wives. Right? But Arjuna shared Devaki with his 5 brothers. But they had a very strict protocol where one brother would be with Devaki for 1 year and the other brothers couldn't interfere. Yeah, so there is regulation in Vedic culture. Nowadays there's no regulation. Everything's just based on sense gratification. They were not engaged in sense gratification. They're engaged in Krishna consciousness based on regulative principles. So Krishna demonstrates those regulative principles of a householder in Dwarka. But his pastimes in Vrindavan are transcendental pastimes with his loving devotees. It's beyond the concept of regulated, let's say, behavior. Because why? Because all the devotees in Vrindavan have pure love for the Lord. Therefore, they're engaged in you have sadhana bhakti and raganuga bhakti, so they're in the raganuga bhakti stage. So they don't have to follow these rules and regulations because they've attained pure love. But while we haven't attained pure love, we have to follow strictly all the rules and regulations. So whether you have one wife, you have 18 wives, it's not based on sense gratification. Right. Okay. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.